Hello everybody and welcome back to Factory Town. As always, I am Dor, and today we're going to go ahead and try and complete as many of the goals as we can here on Chapter 5. So we need to go ahead and get our tech level to 7, and in order to go ahead and do that, we need 50 antidotes and 50 metal conveyor belts. We also need 100 of the mana pipes and 25 of the medical wraps. So I went ahead and took a look around the map. We don't have the trading halls to go ahead and get the antidotes. We actually have to make those this time around with the medicine hut. So we need 2 of the little green bowls and 1 of the green glass things and some sugar or something like that, it looks like. But we can go ahead and trade for the conveyors. So we don't actually have to make these this time around. We can just go ahead and trade for those, and I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do. And then these other 2 items here, we have to go ahead and make them in the magic forge and the medical hut as well. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the metal conveyor belt thing right now, because the only place that I've seen that sells that is this one over here. So this guy, we need to go ahead and set up a forestry near here to go ahead and trade 3 apples for 1 loaf of bread, and then we are going to go ahead and keep those loaves of bread in the building to go ahead and trade 2 of them for 1 cake. We then need to go ahead and take that cake and take it over to this trading post over here. And we can go ahead and trade 1 cake for 4 metal conveyor belts, and then we just need to go ahead and truck those back to the storage building to go ahead and count for the quest here. So let me go ahead and plop one of those down. We might not have the stuff to do it right now because we were literally just starting off the level here, but if we do, then that's great. If not, then we can come back to it. But we do have enough for the forestry, so let's go ahead and place that. We don't really need that many trees, in all honesty. We're not going to be really like spamming them out here, but let's go ahead and have this guy producing the apples here. So we just need apples. We don't need any wood coming out of this. That's great. We also need to go ahead and plant some trees, which might be a little bit of an issue because we only have 50 gold. So how many of these trees can we plant? We can't actually plant any of them because we need 100 gold. Ooh, I didn't realize that. Okay, well, for right now, we'll come back to this in a minute because we don't have the gold for it, but we have the forestry thing down. Let me go ahead and take the worker out of here so we don't have that being used at the moment. And let's go ahead and set everything up in motion that we need to go ahead and have in motion here. So it starts us off producing the stone bricks. It starts us off producing grain for the little town center thing. We have planks being produced somewhere as well. And we also have fish coming from down here. Okay, so we can go ahead and place down 7 more houses, which we should go ahead and do. You know what? We only actually have 1 set of planks available to go ahead and make 1 house. So I'm going to go ahead and hold off on that as well. And we're just going to go ahead and unpause the game because we need to go ahead and start generating some gold, and we need the game running to go ahead and do that. So while that process is through, we can go ahead and find our lumber mill, wherever that's going to be. Is this it? No, that's actually our workshop. This is the lumber mill here. So we need this to go ahead and produce some of the fluid pipes for us so we can go ahead and start running our water line through the town here. Is this also the same thing? This is also the same building that's going to produce the water pipes, but we'll only have 1 building doing that for right now because there's really no point in having 2 of them doing it. We need this guy grabbing the water pipes and dropping them back off in the main building here so we can actually use them. And let's see, what else do we want to go ahead and have up and running here? We need science points. That's pretty important to go ahead and get up and running as well. So we can have this lumber mill over here producing the paper. We need to go ahead and supply it with water. So do we have the stuff to go ahead and build a well? I think we should. We do indeed. Okay, so we'll go ahead and plop that right next to the building here. That way we can go ahead and feed it water immediately. And I doubt we have any of the pipes in our system just yet because I just toggled those on. Yeah, we don't have any made yet, so we have to wait until those are done. And then we can go ahead and toggle this thing to go ahead and start producing paper and planks. Don't stop producing both of those. Thank you. Did this one stop? It didn't stop. Okay. So let's go ahead and have one of our workers just kind of idle over here until the paper is ready to get picked up. And then we need that going into a school, which we do not have built yet. Okay, so let's actually build one of those as well. And we'll go ahead and plop that down right over there. And then we can have this guy grabbing that and dropping it off there. That's fine. Okay, we now have enough gold to go ahead and plant a couple trees over here. It's really not going to do anything for us, though, because we then need to go ahead and set a boat line up to go ahead and bring it to the trading post over here. But we can at least go ahead and plant some of the trees because it is going to take a little while for us to even have them grow. So we might as well plant a few of them. That way, when we do get around to turning this thing on, we can at least start seeing something coming out of it. So let's go ahead and plop down the 3 that we can afford. And then we will go ahead and run a chute between the 2 of these buildings, just so we can go ahead and get that out of the way right now. If we can we even do that right here? I might not be able to. Let's go that away. Is that going to work? That should work, I think. No, we can't place it here because it's too steep. Oh, actually, no, we can't place it here at all. Never mind. The tree is in the way. Do we want to spend the 100 gold on removing that? I don't really think we do. We might be able to go ahead and place it right here and then have it angled downward into the thing. Maybe. If I could get it to rotate, that would be perfect. We might want to go ahead and just remove this pathway, and then we should be able to go ahead and get this to turn and go into the building, please. I can't seem to get it to turn. Let's go that away with it. No, I just can't get it to turn. Okay, let's go down one more, and then we can turn into it. That works. I can't do it right here, though. That's unfortunate. But we can go ahead and place it here at least. So that should go ahead and work. We don't need a pathway anymore. We're just going to go ahead and throw one person in there eventually, and then we'll go ahead and start producing cakes. And we probably can't put the cake on a chute to a boat, so we're probably going to have to conveyor it down the mountain into a chest that can then go ahead and get picked up by a boat. And we don't have the boats unlocked, do we? We do have the normal boat that we were running last level, so we can go ahead and do that. That's not really that big of an issue. I would like to go ahead and get these guys up and running because they have more capacity and they might move a little bit better than these ones over here. So hopefully we can go ahead and get those going as well. So now that we have some more planks in our inventory, we can go ahead and build out some more houses so we can get some more people in our town here. So let's go ahead and squeeze some down over here if we can. So that way we can go ahead and start generating some more gold and then hopefully getting more people in here to go ahead and fulfill more jobs and stuff like that. So can we squeeze one more in here? We can't. We can go ahead and flip it around though, right? We should be able to go here. And we can't put one on the corner, but we can put one there. So let's do that. And then one more there. Can we squeeze one in on this side? We cannot. Okay, so we have one more house available. Let me see. Is this going to be in range? It is going to be in range. So let's go ahead and place this one over here to go ahead and connect in like that. That's 14 houses down. We need to go ahead and place down some wells to go ahead and start supplying these houses with the water that they need, which we can't do right now. We don't have the planks for it. But we should. Actually, hold on. Do we have enough to go ahead and do a lumber mill? Or not a lumber mill. What's the one I just placed down over there to grow the trees? We needed a forester. Okay. So we don't have enough for that right now. We need 10 planks, which I don't know where our planks are going. We're producing a ton of the pipes, which I'm going to go ahead and disable for right now because we have 120. So I don't really think we need that many. Let's go ahead and have this guy grabbing the pipes or the planks and putting them here. This guy's done emptying the wheels. We can have him grabbing the planks as well and dropping them off over here for right now. I forgot to even look at the rest of the victory conditions, but we're going to need 4 of the magic forges. So we're going to need those, which isn't too big of an issue. I don't know how we craft or what we need to make those buildings until we get them researched, I guess. But we're also going to need 100 of the enchanted books and 2,000 of the purple coins. That's a lot of coins. We didn't even start making the blue ones yet. So we're just skipping ahead to the purple ones apparently, but okay. But the 100 enchanted books are something that we can go ahead and trade for. So if we go over to one of these buildings, I believe these guys make them, and all we got to do is supply it with a book and a mana crystal, and that produces 1 enchanted book and 1 depleted mana crystal. So we have one of these things close by. These are the crystals we need to go ahead and make the mana shard thingies that this thing needs. And we take these and put them into a mana building, and then we get those little diamond-looking things, and then we can go ahead and put them in this building, basically. So we can go ahead and set that line up relatively easily, right? We just have a mining thing up here, going down a chute, and going into one of the buildings, and then going into one of these buildings, and then we take the finished product and take it back to our town, so it's not super bad. But anyways, now we have enough planks to go ahead and build our forestry, so let's go ahead and do that so we can go ahead and make lumber a little bit quicker here. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze it in here, I guess. Or actually, that's probably not a good spot, is it? Because there's not really that many trees there. We might want to go ahead and shift the production of lumber stuff out of the range here. There's really not that many good spots right now because of the hilliness of this map. So what if we go ahead and place it like over here so that we can go ahead and harvest apples? So that's another food source to the town. And then we can go ahead and fill in the rest of the area with lumber to go ahead and generate that as well. And then we can go ahead and scoot some of the lumber mills and stuff over close to this so we can just go ahead and shoot it into the buildings instead of this little thing that's really not going to last us that long. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and place this here. We have a bunch of apple trees in the range of this. And then let's see, how do we want to go ahead and pull the lumber out of here? I want to go ahead and keep the radius clear of other buildings. And we're probably going to move some of these houses as well, which is going to be a little bit of an issue because we'll lose a little bit of the happiness that they generate. But it should be fine. Let's go ahead and place down a lumber mill over here. So actually, where's this end at? It ends on the grass block right here. Okay, so as long as we can squeeze in the lumber mills past that, I'm fine with that. So let's go ahead and have this guy here, and that's pretty perfect, right? Is that out of the range? It's one tile in, dang it. Okay, right there works perfectly. Let's go ahead and have this guy producing planks, and we'll probably have this one making paper as well for right now. I don't think we need any more fluid pipes, so I'm not going to re-enable those. And let's see how we want to go about doing this. So we can run a chute out of the side of this thing. And if we go to about there, right, we can go ahead and scoot it back around. Something like that should work, right? Oh, don't start putting stuff out. Oops. Oh, we can only have one item filter? Or can we have it extracting both items here? We might be able to have it doing both because we're going to have lumber and apples coming out of this. And then I want those apples going into the main little town thing here. So if we, let's see, how do we do this now? Because it's kind of in the way of the other vehicle things here. Can we do it like this? Or is it already not going to work? Can we have you going into the building like so? Turn, please. No, I can't quite get it there. But that should work, right? And then we delete that and place one of these guys there. And that's going to feed the apples in. And then what if I just go ahead and place another one here that's going to go ahead and take the logs out of the line here and hopefully keep everything running smoothly. So we need one of the logistic things. We need a filter, or do we need a pusher? Can we put a filter on a pusher here? Yes, we can. Okay, cool. So those go that way. The logs go, or the apples go there. So that should work pretty good here. I'm going to go ahead and plant some of the trees now so that we start generating lumber on this little area here. We don't need any more apple trees, I don't think. I don't really think we're going to need that many apples, but let's go ahead and do a little 5x5 area here and get some lumber coming through the line if we can. Oh, we don't have the gold for it, but there we go. We have some trees planted. That's going to take a little while to go ahead and mature. We can go ahead and set this thing to go ahead and start generating the wood as well whenever those things grow, and it should be outputting stuff. Unless we have to have... Oh, we have to go ahead and activate this again. There we go. But now that's another food source going in, and we should get a little bit of a happiness boost off of those as well for meeting some of the requirements here. And then once this stuff gets up and going, we can go ahead and delete these buildings over here and have the workers taking the logs and planks and stuff out of this building and taking them back to the main building here to go ahead and start generating the little bits and bobs that we need to be generating with them. So I was looking at some of the research stuff, and we can't really do anything until we hit 500 research points. So that's going to take a few minutes here to go ahead and generate those. But when we do, we'll at least be able to go ahead and buy something, I guess. But I also realized that we have some of the buildings already unlocked. I didn't realize that we had them yet, but we do. So we can actually place down the medicine hut to go ahead and start producing the green potions and something else we needed from this as well. The medical wrap, I think it was. So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and plop this down somewhere just so we can go ahead and see what we need to go ahead and like input into the building to go ahead and make the things we need. So we're going to need the little remedy thing. That is 2 herbs, a water, and a fire source. Then we're going to need a fish oil thing, which is going to need fish. So we can go ahead and stop delivering that to the town and start producing those in this building. And we're also going to need, I believe it's this one here, the poultice thing. which is also herbs and then a piece of paper or a bandage. Okay, so we need that stuff being produced in this building. So we have herbs up here. We also have the fish being generated down here. Do we have anything closer? Do we have fish in this thing of water? Not that I can see. We have fish over here, but there's no herbs near there to go ahead and make the thing a little easier. So what we're going to go ahead and do is take this wagon that's already taken the fish from this box and taken it to the town and have it stop doing that. We are going to go ahead and remove this build. Actually, hold on. Let me just look at the recipes one more time here. So we just pretty much need herbs and fish. That's pretty much it. How do we make the cloth here? Can we make that in this building? We can't. We need cotton or we need wool, I think that is. So we can go ahead and set that up as well. That's not too difficult. We then need that coming back into that building. So we have herbs here. Do we have cotton close by? We have cotton on the other side of the mountain. Do we have any on this side that's close by? Not really. We have cotton up here though. We can go ahead and set up a building over here to go ahead and generate that. And that way we can go ahead and at least use our little pathways and stuff to get it to us a little bit quicker instead of building it on this side, which then we would need to build a bridge and stuff to get back to this side of the mountain. So let's go ahead and do that. We need, I think it's at a workshop on this side of the thing. Or actually, hold on, we have workshops down. We might be able to go ahead and just turn this into the one making the stuff for us. Yeah, we can go ahead and enable cloth being generated here. Let's go ahead and throw a worker in there. Let's also take... let's see, what do we want to do here? Let's have 2 workers depositing into a box, and then we will have a wagon taking from the box and going to the workstation over there, or the workshop over there. So we'll have that there. We can go ahead and have 2 workers oops, that's 3 workers, whatever, that's fine. Let's have them depositing into the box. And then let's go ahead and have a wagon taking from the box and dropping off in the workshop. That's going to go ahead and produce the cloth that we need. And then we can go ahead and replace the medical hut over here so that we can go ahead and start generating those things as well. So we'll go ahead and place this right about here-ish. And then we're pretty much going to toggle every recipe in this so that we can go ahead and make everything in this building. So for right now, we'll go ahead and do that. If we need to go ahead and separate this out into its own individual buildings, we will go ahead and do that. But for right now, we just need a bunch of this backlogging. So when we research this item and this item, we can go ahead and just start producing those instead of waiting for these things to be produced. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Let's go ahead and throw 1 worker on the herbs. We'll go ahead and throw 1 worker on the lumber. And I think that's it, right? We need the fish coming from over here. So let's go ahead and have this guy grabbing and dropping off in the building. We can also go ahead and throw a worker on grabbing the cloth from over here and dropping it off there. Let's go ahead and spawn somebody else in and they can take... Or actually, no, we don't need this guy. Never mind. We need you to get deleted. So now that's some of the stuff in motion here. We still need another 300 science points before we can even research anything. We also need, I think it was the red coins to do anything. We need the blue coins to get the antidote researched. How do we generate the blue coins? So we actually generate the blue stuff by selling the medical stuff we produce. So we do need to go ahead and have this building offloading the stuff it's producing into... Is it this building here? No, it's not the market. Is it this building? It's not going to be this building either. Where do I sell this stuff at then to get the blue coins? It might be the Apothecary here. It says it distributes the medical stuff to the buildings around it. So let's go ahead and plop this somewhere that it has connection with most of the houses, which... really isn't doing us any favors here. Let's go ahead and have it here, I guess, in the middle of town. That looks like it hits every house. And if we click on this, do we have the option to sell these things? We do indeed. Okay, cool. So we will then have... We don't have a caravan unlocked yet, so we would have to have individual people bringing the stuff over. Let me go ahead and connect this to a well really quick. We also still need to connect the rest of the houses to the wells as well. I didn't even do that just yet, but we need a well giving this thing water, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Cool. So that's getting water. We should have everything in here being produced, I believe. And then we will have an individual worker for each item here. So we need 4 people, 4 people taking stuff out of here. So we need 1 taking the fish oil, dropping it off here. We need this guy grabbing, oh, actually, hold on. Hold your horses. Come here. Go back over there, please. What sells for the most blue coins, actually, that we can produce right now? So the poultice stuff produces 3 coins. The bandages only produce 1. The remedy produces 4. And the fish oil produces 2. So what do we need for the remedy? We need herbs, water, and fire. That's pretty cheap to go ahead and make that. So what if we only sell the remedy here? So let me go ahead and have that guy offload the fish oil they just picked up. And then we're going to have all 4 of them taking the remedy, which might be a bit overkill. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and delete these guys. We're just going to have this one person walking back and forth and selling the remedy that this thing is going to be producing. So let's go ahead and have them grabbing the remedy, dropping it off here. And let's also go ahead and spawn in one more person because it might be able to keep up with 2 people selling the stuff. And that way we can go ahead and generate more of the blue coins a little bit quicker here to hopefully be able to research these things as well here. I think our apple trees might be grown already, so we might be able to go ahead and start this little line as well. So let's throw a grabber on this thing. That's not connected to the building. That is not connected to the building. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and delete this, please. Can we run a chute from here? We can't. Can we do it like this? We can indeed. Cool. Let's go that way with it. And then we need you to go down and around like so. And connect into the building like that. There we go. So then we can go ahead and throw a worker in here. They're going to go ahead and start producing the apples that this building needs. And then over time, this is going to go ahead and start producing the cakes as well, just on its own here. And then we need that going to a boat because that's probably going to be the easiest way for us to go ahead and get it back over to this. Oh, what does this one produce? This doesn't produce anything we need. Never mind. We need this guy getting the cakes. So can we just go ahead and shoot the cake here? I don't know if we will be able to. It would be great if we can, but I doubt it. Yeah, we can't go ahead and shoot the cake, so we have to conveyor that. So we have to wait until we get conveyor belts being produced, which I'm just going to probably make a bit of the wooden ones and then just use those to go ahead and get these to the coastline, so then we can go ahead and start using the metal ones that this thing's going to be producing anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and let this thing process and run for a little bit. We already have 5 cakes ready to go, so I feel like that quest isn't going to be that big of an issue for us to go ahead and complete. The time-consuming one is probably going to be the antidote run at the moment right now, but we're already making a good decent chunk into the blue coins. We're already at 46 coins. I think we needed 100 coins. Yeah, we only need 100 coins and 200 of the little Christmas trees, which we need to go ahead and place down. I think the laboratory to go ahead and start producing those things, so we need to go ahead and get that stuff going as well. So let's go ahead and place that over here. I think we also need herbs for this building. I could be wrong. Is it the right building? It is the right building. Okay. So we need books coming to this building as well as herbs. So let's go ahead and get somebody bringing herbs over here. And where do I make books at again? Is it this building here? It is indeed. Okay. So we need paper coming to the workshop, and we also need the cloth can get used in this building as well. So we'll just go ahead and make books with the cloth this time around. So who's producing my paper? This guy's producing my paper, right? Yes. Let's go ahead and have this guy grabbing some paper and dropping it off over there. We can then have this guy grabbing the books and dropping them off over there. And we're also going to have this guy who's taking the paper right now stop doing that because I forgot that the books actually produce more science. So let's have him grabbing books instead. Did I not just have him do that? No, I guess I didn't. Let me have this guy stop doing what he's doing. Who did I highlight? Because now there's 2 people here for books. But there shouldn't be 2 people here for books. I don't know what I did wrong there, but we have paper coming to the building nonetheless. I think I grabbed the other paper guy that was already delivering paper to the building and swapped him jobs, I think is what I did there. But now we should have paper being produced in this building, and that should in turn start producing books, and then we can go ahead and have the little Christmas tree books being produced here, or the pine tree books being produced there. That can then go to the building over there to go ahead and start producing the science points we need for that. And I think that's pretty much all we can really do at the moment, and all we got to do now is just wait for the game to process some of this stuff through so that we can go ahead and start buying some other stuff here to go ahead and get a little further into the tech tree. I didn't realize it, but our chute actually got backlogged with logs and apples because this thing got filled up with logs and I didn't actually have this thing running just yet, so that was my bad. We need to go ahead and give this some water so that we can go ahead and start producing the paper that this building needs to go ahead and produce. So we will go ahead and plop a well down right over here. So that should work. And then we need to go ahead and feed that into the building as well. So let's do that. And we need to go ahead and give that a fluid pipe. So that should work there. And then we need to go ahead and place down, what is it, the workshop near this to go ahead and consume the papers. So I went ahead and changed the little chute that we set up a second ago because we need the logs coming down the line on its own because we're going to need a lot of logs coming through, and eventually this will backlog, and I don't want it interacting with the apples and causing issues with that. So I went ahead and separated the two lines out to do the things independently here. So now we should be kind of good. I need to go ahead and set something else up here. So I went ahead and looked because right now we only have 14 of the natural or nature research points done, and it's going to take us a while doing it like we're doing it right now. So each one of these books only gives us one thing of research, so it's going to take a bit. We need 200 of those, I think it was, or was it 100 of those? One or the other. Let me open up our research thing here. Yeah, we're going to need 200 of those to go ahead and get the antidote research. So doing it like this, I'm going to be sitting here for a little while till that's done. But if we go ahead and open up the school again, we can go ahead and actually make the tier 2 totem at the moment, or the tier 2 nature book at the moment, because the tier 3 one we can't do. We need an antidote and a healing potion, I believe, to go ahead and make the tier 3 ones. But to make the tier 2 one, we just need the fish oil and the remedy coming into the building, mixing with the tier 1 book, and that's going to turn it into a 10-to-1 research thing instead of just a 1-to-1 here. So I'm going to go ahead and disable our sale of the remedies because we're already at 458 blue coins, and we don't need that many. We just need 200 of those, and then we're done. So we're going to have this person taking the remedy and dropping it off there. I believe this person's also doing the remedy, right? Yeah, they're doing the remedy. So let's have them grabbing the fish oil and dropping it off there. Let's also disable this person from grabbing that book. And I think I only had one of them doing that, I believe. So let's go ahead and set the recipe on the tier 2. Oh, we actually can't do the tier 2 thing. Required research, natural knowledge, tome 2. What do I need for that? Oh, we need at least 50 of the natural research things to be able to do that even to begin with. Okay, that's a bit of a stinker. So never mind here. Let's go ahead and have these guys still selling the normal books here to the school. And then once we hit 50, I'll go ahead and unlock that tier 2 thing, and then we can go ahead and start producing the tier 2 ones at least. So we finally have enough of the nature books to go ahead and research the tier 2 of them. So let's go ahead and do that. We can go ahead and disable this guy from taking those books out of here. We don't need that happening anymore. We can then go ahead and set the recipe for these to be made here. So we need those being produced. We should have those other 2 items already coming into the building with the people back here. And then we can have this guy then taking the tier 2 tomes and dropping them off at the school. So let's go ahead and set a filter just in case this guy grabs something it shouldn't be grabbing. And then we can go ahead and have those getting dropped off at the building here. And there we go. We're already generating some of the points here. We're already back up to 50 points pretty quickly there. So I'm going to go ahead and let the game run for a little bit until we get the 200 points we need to go ahead and research the antidotes. But I think for today, that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. So hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.